Hey folks, Levi here once again. Welcome back to another review. Hope you enjoyed my Christmas review yesterday for last night for National Lampoon's Christmas Vacation, starring Chevy Chase, Beverly D'Angelo, and Randy Quaid. Hope you enjoyed that review. It's on my channel if y'all want to watch any. I will not be doing no more Christmas reviews this month. But if you want to check out any more Christmas reviews, just look at the playlist on my new channel. Yeah, it's on there. Just remember, guys, the one with the mask profile picture is my channel. I'm just wearing a Pixar shirt. I love Pixar. Sue me. But yeah, my Christmas reviews should be on there. But now I'm getting back to the 2000s era of superhero reviews. That's my channel, y'all. Just make sure to stay subscribed to that one. I do share videos from my other channel, but do not subscribe to there because I continue to do my videos on this channel. So you'll be wasting a lot of time subscribing. You won't be seeing no videos. You can only see it on this channel with a mass profile picture. And please share my channel, guys, with your friends, family. I do appreciate it. Anyway, I'm getting back to the even if you're new to my channel, I've been doing superhero marathon. I'm on the what I call 2000s era of superhero reviews. Latest superhero movies that came out 2000 to 2009. We got 2 more years left. Well, this year and the next. That is 2008 or 2009. I got about 4 2008 movies left. About 4 of them. Four. And this is a sequel that came out in 2008. That is directed by Guillermo del Toro. That stars once again Ron Perlman as the type of character and Samuel Blair, Doug Jones, Jeffrey Tambor, and John Hurt, and that is Hellboy 2: The Golden Army, which is the sequel to the 2004 film. Yes, now I love this movie. I did talk about the animated films. I read the 2004 film and Hellboy: Sword of Storms, the 2 animated movies, and Hellboy: Blood and Iron. That was my last one. If y'all know my opinion on that, to me, Ron Perlman, I heard he's probably a jerk nowadays. I can believe it. I've heard something a little bit about him, but never met the guy, so I can't really say it. But I love him as Hellboy. He is Hellboy to me. He's great. When him and Guillermo del Toro work together, it's just like lightning in a bottle. I'm not saying the first Hellboy was a masterpiece of a movie, no, but I really enjoy this. I'll go ahead and say this is probably my favorite Hellboy movie. Yeah, not gonna lie, it's my favorite. This is the same year The Dark Knight came out. I'd rather watch this over The Dark Knight because it's a lot shorter. It's got a better story. The villain's good though, but even though I do love Heath Ledger as Joker, he's probably the best thing about that movie. It's the same year as Punisher Warzone. Still better than Punisher Warzone because it's not a cartoon. It's not over the top either. It's PG-13, but I love the effects in it. I'll talk about how much I like about the movie. So a good film. It's the same year as Iron Man that came out as well. And then Incredible Hulk. This was came out the year the MCU started. So I would say the sequel was maybe a bit of a risk at the time because you had the Dark Knight that came out, and Dark Knight made more money than it, of course. You know, but that was because only of Heath Ledger's death. But that's just my way of looking at it. But anyway, in May 2004, following the release of Guillermo del Toro's Hellboy, sorry, Hellboy, the previous month, a sequel was announced by Revelation Studios with Del Toro returning to direct, and Rob Perlman responding his lead role as the character. The director sought out to create a film trilogy with the first sequel anticipated for release in 2006. Revolution Studios planned to produce the film and distribute through a deal with Columbia Pictures, but by 2006, their deal was not renewed, and Revolution began focusing on exploring their film library. In August 2006, Universal Pictures acquired the project with the intent to finance and distribute the sequel, which was newly scheduled to be released in summer 2008. Production was scheduled in April 2007 in London, England. Director Guillermo del Toro explored several concepts for the sequel, usually planning to recreate the classic version of Frankenstein, Dracula, and the Wolfman. He and comic book co-writer Mike Mullen, who created Hellboy in the Dark Horse comics, also spent a few days adapting the most almost colossal story, featuring Roger the homeless. They then found out easier to create an original story based on folklore because Del Toro was planning Pan's Librarian. McClellan's comics were becoming increasingly based on mythology. Later, Del Toro pitched a premise to Revolution Studios that involved 4 Titans from the 4 corners of Earth: wind, water, and fire, and earth, before replacing Titans with the Golden Army. McClellan described the theme of the sequel with the focus more on the folklore and fairy tale aspect of Hellboy. It's not Nazis, machines, and mad scientists, but the the old gods and characters have been kind of shoved out of the world. Del Toro released Pan's Labyrinth in 2006. The film earned multiple Academy Awards, written director enough plus to begin production on the film. Del Toro began filming the film in June 2007 and concluded in December 2007. The film was the first American production to shoot at Corridor Studios in Hungary. The newly built outside Buddhist, I can't say it right, sorry. The creature shop was led by the company's special motion, Framex, and worship in prosthetics. The latter became the company designed a creature for the troll market scene and built several statues and full-size replicas of the Golden Army. Uh, it got positive reviews from critics when it came out. Oh, sorry. The movie's marketing, though, you had the trailer, you had TV spots. I think Zachary Levi, the guy who plays Shazam, in the movie Shazam, Captain Marvel, whatever, same character, whatever. But for DCU in 2019, though, and of course Shazam has that guy. He does a commercial like playing a video game with Ron Perlman as Hellboy, and he makes him mad. He punches him with the fist. You know, the hand of fate, I believe, or yeah, gotta look that up later. Sorry. The film received nomination for best makeup. It grossed $160.3 million against a production between 82 million to 85 million dollars. But critics liked it, so it was successful when it came out. But unfortunately, the franchise got rebooted in 2019. That I heard was bad. If it failed, and they did a second reboot, which now is Hellboy: The Crooked Man. And I haven't heard too many good things about that movie. For the short story, uh, they had the race promoted. The movie also had a novelization, a book about it, I guess you can say. They had a video game adapted from the 2004 film called Hellboy: The Science of Evil. Players control Hellboy in a third-person perspective as they progress through. Series of levels broken up into 6 chapters. Separate stages and routes with multiple groups of enemies that differ between chapters. All enemies in the area must be defeated in order to move to the next phase of the chapter. Hellboy uses his stone right hand of doom, which is again the right hand of doom. And I guess you gotta defeat enemies and stuff. Save the world from monsters, that's what he does. Yeah. Yeah. So on PlayStation 3, Xbox 360, PlayStation Portable. The tourist person interested in Super saying, I think we would come back to do a third Hellboy if they can wait for me to get out of Middle Earth. But we don't know. Ron May went to do it sooner. For certain that we're going with a movie. The tourist really that Hellboy 3 would happen after his next project, but said the screenplay had yet to be written. In 2012, after being inspired by Make-A-Wish function, Ron Perlman appeared in a full Hellboy makeup for a terminally ill boy. But I guess it didn't happen. 2013, they tried to make it happen. Mike McClough commented about the possibility of a third movie. June 13th, so I guess, for a couple of these years after this movie, like 2008, they were going around to it until like I said, but eventually they decided to do a remake of it. Yeah. Ron Perlman has stated this last year that he's still interested in making a third film, with Del Toro to complete the trilogy. Yeah, they should do a third movie. I don't know what's took them so long because this movie's done well. I guess they were busy with other movies. Or Ron Perlman, I don't know if he's somewhat changed or had a bad attitude, or they just don't want to work together anymore. I don't know the whole full story, folks. You know, but I guess Hollywood got tired of it and they came calling to let's do a reboot, remake, because that's what we want. Yeah, which they didn't really need to do. It's stupid. It's stupid to make a Hellboy movie without Del Toro, in my opinion. And it won't work. It doesn't work. Sorry, folks. But anyway, for the cast of the movie, before I go on my little mini ranting, complaining there. Sorry. Ron Perlman as Hellboy. He's a power demon who works for the government. BPRT, Para for Permanent Research and Defense. Hmm. Ron Perlman, I remember him in movies like he was in Fluke. I saw him in a movie called Fluke. He was in Blade 2, of course, which Del Toro wrote that movie. He also was in charge of that movie. Well, he directed that movie too. So yeah. But despite if he's in Sons of Anarchy as well. Then you have Selma Blair as Liz Sherman, who is she's kind of like she can control fire. Pornitic, she's in this movie. Her and Hellboy are in a relationship. I remember her in a guy thing. I remember her in that. She was in the Sweetest Thing, Cruel Intentions. Yeah. Doug Jones as three characters. Abe Sabin. Okay. He was in the first Hellboy too. I think he was in another superhero movie. Let's see. Okay, yeah, he was the thin clown in Batman Returns. He was in Hocus Pocus. He was in Tank Girl, two other comic book films, and Mystery Man. So that make that three. So Batman Returns, Tank Girl, and Mystery Man, which were also comic book movies, but those came out in the '90s. He's in Jack Frost 2. He's in Men in Black 2. I guess you consider Men in Black. I think it is based on comics. I'm not sure, but yeah. Of course, the Hellboy movies and the animated ones, Blood and Iron and Sword of Stone, where he voiced Abe. And let's see, he also played Norman Rad, Silver Surfer. He played the character, in suit and makeup and stuff. But Lawrence Fishburne did the voice of the character, which I did revise the Silver Surfer, by the way. Yeah, and those other movies he was in. You have, oh sorry, John Alexander as James Ross as General Cross. He's a German psychic, a new character being contained in a suit after a bio accident. You know, so he's like in a tank almost. Yeah, yeah. Jonah Cross. Yeah, and him and Hellboy have issues of not getting along. Seth MacFarlane voices John Cross. Seth MacFarlane, you probably should know him from Ted movies and Family Guy, and The Cleveland Show. Luke Goss as Prince Nevada. King Bella's son and martial artist as Virgo. Oh, okay. He was in Blade 2 as well. Oh, think he was the Nomad. Yeah, he was the villain in that too. So I know I recognize this actor, different makeup. So it's cool that Golden determined to play the villain in this movie. Anna Walton as Princess Nola, King Bralo's daughter, and Nadu's twin sister. She's a Vampire Diary, Munich Chronicles. Jeffrey Tambor as Tom Manning, head of the BRBD. He's had a artistic relationship with Hellboy. Jeffrey Tambor, let's see, been in quite a bit of movies since the '80s, starting in the '80s. He was in Mr. Mom, 3 O'clock High, uh, City Slickers, Heavyweights, Big Bully, Doctor Doolittle. There's something about Mary. How the Grinch Stole Christmas. Oh yeah, he was Mayor Augustus. uh, Malibu's Most Wanted. Like I said, he was Mayor Augustus. Don't tell me your boys were out there in Mount Compass provoking the creature that hates Christmas. I'm sorry. I was just kind of trying to imitate Augustus a little bit, doing whole at it. But yeah, he was in. He did some voices for Scooby Doo animated movies. Scooby Doo Abracadabra, Operation Endgame, The Hangover Part 3. Yeah, but good actor. John Hurt as Trevor Bone, Hellboy's adopted father. He's only seen at the beginning of the film telling Hellboy about the story of the Golden Army. John Hurt, the same year though, he probably didn't really. He sadly passed away. Really did pass away back in 2017. But this year, well, because Indiana Jones and Kingdom of Skull came out this year, came out the same year as this movie, but that came out May, so maybe he was busy filming that too, so he can only do one scene. But he was an alien. Come on, I remember the character's name. I can just look at it. Kane. Kane. If you remember the alien, gets the face hurt on him and it busts out of his chest. Yeah, that was John Hurt. I still can't believe it though that was him. The Play Dogs, Dogville, Valiant, And of course, and he was also in V for Vendetta, another comic book movie. But that's more of a radar version. Kids can watch this movie, maybe a little creeped out, but V for Vendetta, they'd be more creeped out by because that's a radar comic book film. I like that movie, underrated movie. But the late John Hart, yeah, great actor in my opinion. Well, he was. Yeah. Brian Steele as some of the four trolls. Roy Dowdis as King Valar. The one I'm king of. All his dialogues is in different language. This actor passed away back in 2017 as well. Been in movies like since the 50s. He was in an episode of Magnum PI. Yeah, haven't seen him in too many movies. Sorry, but the film was directed by Guillermo del Toro. It's also written by him. The story's by him and Mike Malone. But Guillermo del Toro, like I said, he directed. He's a Mexican filmmaker, author. Uh, he used practical special effects in his movies, which you can see here in this movie. But he, of course, like I said, directed my favorite Blade movie, Blade 2, and where he worked with the two actors in this movie, Ron Perlman and the guy that played Luke Goss, I believe. Like I said, Luke Goss, he played the villain in this movie. So they got to work again here in Hellboy 2 with Cole Normie in the first Hellboy. I really think he deserves a chance to make another Hellboy movie. Like I said, Blade 2 was his first one. Blade 2, I think, is an underrated sequel. That's my favorite Blade movie. It's just a shame, though. I think he should just. I'd rather see him make another Hellboy movie. I wish. Based on Hellboy, created by Mike Mullen from the Dark Horse Comics. I believe produced by Lawrence Gordon. He produced films like 48 Hours, Predator, Die Hard, Die Hard 2, Predator 2, Point Break, the original, Leviathan, starring Peter Weller, Mystery Men, another comic book film before this movie, way before. And he produced Watchmen and Hellboy 2019. Mike Richardson. It said that he worked on Barbed Wire, I guess. And Lloyd Levin. uh, He's also produced the first Die Hard movie, Field of Dreams, K9, Lockup. I think that's a Sylvester Stallone. Yeah, that is a Sylvester Stallone movie. Die Hard 2, Predator 2, another comic book movie or superhero movie you want to say. Maybe Disney, that was The Rocketeer. He also produced Mystery Men in the first Hellboy movie and Hellboy 2019, and Watchmen, directed by Zack Snyder. Wait a minute, sorry, I thought I saw something. And cinematography by Guillem Navarro. I can't say the name right, sorry. Okay, well he did the cinematography for Spawn. Yeah, another comic book film which I hate. From Dusk Till Dawn, great movie. First Spy Kids movie. Sathora Space Adventure. Night at the Museum 3, Secret of the Tomb. It's edited by Burnett Rivlin, who's worked on films like The Impossible and Monster Calls, Jurassic World: The Fallen Kingdom. Yeah. And the music is by Danny Elfman. Wow. Surprised I got Danny Elfman. Danny Elfman's score is pretty good here. I'm not saying it's the best score ever, but it's good for what it is. I don't think it's very memorable, but can't complain. Of course, I'm sorry I can't help but to talk about, but he was the right job for the guy because Danny Elfman, you know him for working for Tim Burton, like Pee-wee's Big Adventure, the first superhero movie that he in summer school, underrated comedy starring Mark Harmon. But anyway, he did the music for Beetlejuice, Midnight Run, Big Top Pee-wee. Never seen that Scrooged. And his first superhero movie that he did, of course, was Tim Burton's Batman. You know, because he worked with Tim Burton on Pee-wee's Big Adventure and Beetlejuice, and you know he did music for Batman. So that's why he gets to probably do some film scores today, superhero scores today, because of, I mean, in my opinion, his work on Batman is a masterpiece of music. I cannot blame filmmakers who make superhero movies would not want him to do the score for their movie. But he did Batman, Dick Tracy, Darkman, Edward Scissorhands, Batman Returns. But he did not do music for Batman and Robin. The Frighteners, Mars Attacks, Men in Black, Flubber, Good Will Hunting, Sleepy Hollow, The Family Man, Planet of the Apes, the remake, the first Spy Kids movie, were composed with John Debney. Okay, because I guess he worked with some composers on that movie. Of course, he scored Spider-Man. I'm not big on his. He scored Spider-Man 1 and 2, but I prefer Christopher Young or James Horner scores to the Amazing Spider-Man films to be better. You know, I'm really big on his score for Spider-Man. It's good, but I don't think it really fits the character of Men in Black 2. That's just my opinion. Annalise Holt, the best thing about that movie was, you know, his opening title score for that movie: Big Fish, Let's Say Spider-Man 2, Corpse Bride, Charlotte's Web, Hellboy 2, and of course this movie, Terminator Salvation, The Wolfman and Alice in Wonderland, the 2010 remake, Men in Black 3, Avengers Age of Ultron. Did he do a sorry. Thought I missed something. Oh, okay. So right there, Hellboy 2 is going to make he did the music score for Avengers Age of Ultron. Justice League, he did the score for that 2017 film. Well, probably just adding in some of the Batman theme in there. Dumbo remake, Men in Black International is a terrible movie. Uh, the last superhero movie he worked on was Doctor Strange: The Multiverse of Madness, working with once again with Sam Raimi after he had a falling out with Raimi. But I've always Danny Elfman is one of my favorite film composers ever. Yeah. Production companies: Universal Pictures with Tivoli Media, Lawrence Gordon, Lloyd Levin. Production: Dark Horse Entertainment. Distributed by Universal Pictures. It was released July 11, 2008. It's 120 minutes long, only 2 hours long. 2 hours. But now I don't mean 2 hours. Oh my god, 2 hours long. No, not that long. 82 point. I mean, budget was 82.5 through $85 million, consistent, possible, but on that budget made $168.3 million worldwide. It made money. I guess it just didn't make as much as money as The Dark Knight, so I guess that's why a sequel never really happened. Yeah, that's just my guess. Yeah, our people might have been mixed on the sequel time. Again, the sequel and the popular superhero sequel that came out that year was The Dark Knight. You know, yeah. Well, like I said, mainly that film was just popular because of Heath Ledger's death. Don't get me wrong, I love Heath Ledger, the Joker, but I'm not big fan of the Joker. I think that's an overrated movie, which I will share my review of that on my superhero list. I don't hate that movie. Let's just make that clear. I hate Dark Knight Rises, but anyway, I'll shut up about Batman. This is not about Batman, Levi. Sorry. But anyway, basically what the story is about is Hellboy 2 going on me. What the movie's about is that Hellboy, his Pyro girlfriend, I'm gonna call her Pyro, Liz, and Aqua Empath Abe Sapien face their biggest battle when an underworld prince, Nadu, plans to reclaim Earth for his magical kingdom. Tired of living in the shadows of the humans, Prince Nevada tries to awaken an ancient army called the Golden Army of killing machines to clear the way for fantasy creatures to roam free. Only Hellboy can stop the Dark Prince and prevent humanity's annihilation and save the day and save the world from Prince Abu from trying to take over the world and, you know, destroy the world, pretty much, take over the world. Yeah. So Hellboy and his crew, along with the help of Dr. John Cross, the German scientist guy in the bubble, whatever, has to help them out. Yeah, and yeah, that's simple plot. Just save the day. And it's a very entertaining movie. That's the plot of the show for you. So I'm gonna talk about the movie too. Sorry, folks. Anyway, I'll talk about the movie itself, then give my final opinion on the film. We're in 26 minutes in. Okay. All right. So Hellboy 2 going on me. But the film opens up, which I like. It was up during Christmas, 1955, and I like that since we're in December now. It was nice to hear a little Christmas music. You have John Hurt talking to a young Hellboy, teenage Hellboy. It tells him about a bedtime story of an ancient war between human and magical creatures. After the magical creatures are driven back by the humans, the goblin blacksmiths attended an offer to Bela, king of the elves, to build him an indestructible mechanical army, encouraged by his son, Prince Nadu. Bela accepts. The Golden Army suddenly dismantled humanity. Regretting his actions, Bela forms a truce with the humans that they will keep to the cities and the magical creatures to the forest. The crown to command with the Golden Army, which can only be worn by one of the royal blood, is split into three pieces. Nadu, disagreeing with the truce, leaves in exile. And when the king puts his helmet, his crown on, nobody challenges him, and his people agree and leaves in exile. Yeah, and then you get the opening, the music by Danny Elfman. Then Prince Nando, after being exiled from some time, he begins gathering the pieces of the crown. He collects the first piece from an auction, and they're like, "Excuse me, sir, who are you? I am Prince Nadu of this kingdom, or whatever." And basically, he has this big guy with him. I forget, but he collects this piece of the auction. He says, "Sir, who are you?" And then he brings in these tooth fairies, not the tooth fairy that gives you money, puts the money in the damn pillow. These tooth fairies bite you and kill you like damn piranhas. They kill everybody. Then you have Hellboy. You meet Abe Sapien, who's talking to Jeffrey Tambor, who's complaining about Hellboy taking pictures and posing for a picture, like saying hi, and that he's being careful, that he's letting people know about him, and they're trying to keep him a secret because, and Hellboy wants to make himself known to people, that he's there to help them, that he just wants people to like him. I guess that's what I'm assuming. That's important to him, for people to like him, for Hellboy, and he warns Hellboy about it. And him and Liz are having, like I said, they're in a relationship. Uh, her toothpaste gets caught like in catnip or whatever. They have an argument. She's on fire. No, they're not Hellboy out. Hellboy can deal with the fire. He can survive it. He's invulnerable to it. But they have to go on this mission, and Hellboy and her talk. He's like, "Honey, can we talk?" It's like, "Not now, not now." As like, "Abe, I think she's upset with me. I can hear you." He's like, "Oh," you know. And she's like, "Don't call me babe." I didn't say baby. I said Abe. Just some humor there. And these tooth fairies start attacking. Two BRD agents, Bureau agents get killed. I mean, they get eaten alive. You see an agent just get eaten by turns to a skeleton. They eat him to the bones. Hellboy starts shooting him with his gun. His big baby, his gun right here. Starts shooting him with it. Liz is about to attack them, but eventually they get out. You know, Again, forgive me. This is my second time seeing this movie, I think, or third time. Well, first time it was just half the movie, or the ending, but yeah. But it works though, and Hellboy's like, "Well, here I come," and he gets shot off. Liz does kills the creatures. They do take a sample of one, and Hellboy promised Jeffrey Tambor, he gives him these Cuban cigars not to show himself or anything, and Hellboy's like, "Okay." I promise. But jumps out and Hellboy's like, "What are you doing?" Just showing myself, and he shows himself to every point. People are getting his autograph. He likes the attention on TV, and they said, "Well, we're bringing an agent here because of what you just did." Meanwhile, Prince Naboo goes to his father, telling him he wants to awaken the Golden Army. He's back for the crown, and he's like, "Son, you leave me to his death." And Prince Naboo's a pretty good villain. He puts up a good fight, and he kills his father's army, and he kills his he himself kills his father. But his sister sees that, his twin sister, she feels that pain too that he could feel. They always have this connection, but she runs away to the, she runs off, tries to escape from her brother, and she's got the last piece that he needs for the crown to open up the Golden Army. So he needs that. Oh, Abe also discovers. I would say there'd be spoilers here, by the way. That Liz is pregnant, but she doesn't want to tell Hellboy yet. He tells her stomach just to like pretend. He's like, "Oh, you're pregnant, Liz." But the Bears, they get this medium, well, not this medium, but this doctor, John Cross, to rain on him. Cross is in charge. Cross is able to use his abilities. Like it's kind of like smoke a little bit that he can have. Like kind of like a fog, if you will, to bring back the Tooth Fairy from the dead. It tells him about this secret market. They have these glasses, these goggles. I can see them, and this woman is about to eat this. Literally, not a woman, but a monster. You know, troll, or whatever. She's about to eat and kill a cat, and Hellboy stops her. And Hellboy forces her to take him to the market, and she won't open it. He gets her to be scared of this bird, and he, with the right hand to do me, like punches her in the face. Yeah, they trap the Tooth Fairies to a secret market. Abe finds Nubula, just follows her. Uh, Kraus tries to question these the two monsters and the baby. Well, whatever the baby was, not a baby, but anyway, these monsters come up and he slaps them a little bit. Hellboy does, and gets the information. Tells about Prince Nubula about one of the opening, and Prince Nubula has this monster with him. Wink. Okay, yeah, his name's Wink. Wink's a big, huge monster with a metal arm for hand that can. It's like a chain that comes out and punches at you. And Hellboy's like this. Just Abe finds him, and she doesn't think she can trust Abe. Put a knife at Abe. He's like, "You can trust me." She touches him. They have a connection, and yeah. And her and Abe get out of their way. Fights Wink a little bit, but Hellboy shows up, with his big baby gun. He's like, "Get out of here!" He's like, "Tell you this right now, pal. Give up." You know. And then he heated his arm to punch Hellboy. And Hellboy's like, "Bam! That was my last cigar." And him and Hellboy fight. Hellboy tries to punch him. Stomach's like, he's like, "Oh!" Hellboy gets too big. Hellboy punches him down. Like, stay down. But Wink gets back up. He's like, his Hellboy in the face. Hellboy's like, "Don't do it, pal." There's like, this chain, and he tries to punch, the chain to this metal piece or whatever. This, uh, well, anyway, he gets killed. He gets crushed. Wink gets killed. Prince Nana finds out about it. So Hellboy and him meet for the first time when they're about to leave with his sister. He tells him not going anywhere. Just help me. These humans, Hellboy, they'll never accept you. And so he awakens this Eternal Force guy that he summons. Never questions him why he fights for the humans when they have driven the magical creatures to hiding. Which he too is one, you know, but not a, but Hellboy is like a big tree monster, and this baby's getting tense. This woman's like, it's like, "Man, let me help you." And she sees Hellboy, you know, yeah. Again, Hellboy, the appearance. First of all, when you see him, yeah, it might scare you, but he is there to help. He is a good guy. Hellboy does have he's a good man because he does have a good heart. It's just people probably you can say people don't fear. They fear what they don't understand. They fear Hellboy. She thinks she'll hurt the baby. He's got the baby. He's gonna get the big machine gun, and he, you know, Nada questions him, and Hellboy thinks about that. But Cross is like, "Shoot! I'm giving you an order right now. Shoot!" you know, and he shoots at it and he kills it and he raises a plant. And so I was like, "What did you do to my baby?" Like, nothing. I didn't hurt your baby at all. Like the moment when he shot the creature, by the way, he throws the baby up and catches it with the right hand of doom. I was like, "Man, I did nothing." They're like, "You freak! What you gonna do to the baby? Like that woman's baby?" And somebody throws like an apple at his face. And like Liz is like protecting him. Was like, "No, he's here to help you. He's a good guy. We've been fighting for years. He will help. He helps you, protect you." And they're about to probably shoot at Hellboy, but she turns in the fire and pops and stuff back off, and they let Hellboy go. And even in the beginning of the movie, when Hellboy before they go to the tree market, the troll market, some guy says, "Hey, Hellboy," and Hellboy's like, "Yeah, it's me. You're ugly. You're ugly." And like, and then some kid tries to say something like, "Hellboy, I know I'm ugly." I was like, "Forget it." And you do feel sorry for Hellboy going through that. And he's like, and she fixes his scar on his face that he got thrown at, got injured. She's like, "Look, Hellboy." He's like, "It's like Red. Are they important, or am I the most important thing to you?" Doesn't answer that. Instead, he gets, Nas Cross gets on him. He's like, "I could take you on," and Hellboy's like, "Excuse me," and he makes Hellboy mad. I don't know if it shows a scene here, but it doesn't. But Hellboy like punches him out, and he's like, thinks, he comes out of the fog of his glass, of his fish bowl. Apparently, he's a ghost. He's just kind of dead, but a ghost, and he hits Hellboy with the lockers, knocks him out. He's like, "You got to control your temper, Hellboy, or it will control you." And Abe is listening to, Barry Manilow's Taste Bell, Can't Smile Without You. And Hellboy hears it, he's like, "Abe, you listen to Love, Papa Love Song." Like, "Abe, you're in love." And Abe talks with the princess, and he falls in love with her. He falls for her. He sings about it. And they say, "I can't smile without you. I can't smile." And they sing that song. And she's like, "She's the life of my life. I'll give my life for her." And Abe is in his drunk, even though he's drunk, he's about to tell him. Meanwhile, though, Nuda is able to track his sister to the BRD because they have this magical bond. He kills the man and just pets the dog, and they have some German shepherds, but he pets them, doesn't harm the dogs, thank God. Nula hides the final crown piece in a book before Nula finds her, and he tries to go through it, and they say, "You have to kill me first. And he's about to stab his own sister, but before he can do that, though, he fights Hellboy. Hellboy's a little drunk, but he beats Hellboy first. I mean, he isn't just a villain; he's a good villain, and he can fight too. Chris Nolan doesn't play around; he means business, and he like with the spear gets Hellboy like this, knocks him out, stabs Hellboy close to the heart. Abe can't get the stabness out of his the blade out of his heart because it's drawn closer. He tries to grab it, so they take him somewhere. But the Brewers says they can't do that. They don't negotiate. They can't give him that. But Abe wants to do it because he loves the princess, and so he takes that last piece. He finds it because he's able to basically have a mind reading with her, and he real understands that. And he even lies to him. And Jerry Timmer, "You find anything?" "No, I found nothing yet." "Well, go find something. Go." Lies to him. And even Kraus said, "We can't do it." "Well, Kraus, you might be in charge, sir, but you don't have no humanity. You're not freaking human inside of you at all." But Kraus changes his mind, says, "You're wrong, Liz. I do have the heart. You know, I loved a woman once. I want to talk about. But since we don't talk about all that now, we gotta go." They take Hellboy to the location to the Giants Crossway, Northern Ireland. They encounter the Goblin Master Blacksmith, and he wants the spear that's in Hellboy's chest, and the Angel of Death, which again a very nice practical effects, nice creepy looking makeup there. And she's like, "Child, he'll be the destruction of doom, and Hellboy's charge of hell. He's gonna do ruin things in the future. Humanity, the world, or him? So I choose him." Already done. Takes it out of his heart, and Hellboy comes back to life, and the blacksmith takes it, and like, "Hellboy, you okay?" He's like, "I'm ready to fight now." And they prepare to go fight off his army. And Hellboy, she tells him, "Hellboy, you're gonna be a father," and that makes him recover. The Goblin leads the team to the resting place of the Golden Army, where Prince Naruto awaits him. Abe gives him "Abe, what are you doing?" And Abe goes to him thinking that he'll free her, but he won't. So he puts the crown on, and amass the Golden Army, and he commands them to kill the team. And he's like, "Is anybody not challenge me?" But Hellboy and them fight the team. I mean, they fight the Golden Army. I like that when Krauss is able to use one of his abilities, his fog ability, to get into one of the to possess one of the Golden Armies. He's able to fight them for a bit until he gets stabbed. Hellboy puts up a good fight, but realizing that he can't fight them all, and this thousands, millions of soldiers, Golden Army soldiers are coming toward him, realizing that they're gonna die. The only way is to challenge Nubo's kingdom, by beating him, challenging him to a fight. Since in a way he's a prince too, being the son of the devil and all. Anyway, he's part of Hell's royal family. So Noto accepts the challenge. They fight. He's ready to kill Hellboy. Really good fight. Well shot too. Stabs Hellboy almost, but Hellboy beats him. He spares his life, but Naruto tries to say, "You gotta kill him because I will not stop. I'm never gonna give up." And Hellboy just walks away. And he also Naruto tries to stab Hellboy, but Nula, his sister, commits suicide to stop her brother. She kills herself, stabs herself in the heart. And he's like, "You can't trust the humans for long. They won't like you, Hellboy. You can't trust them. You can't trust them." And his body turns into gold and kind of like a stone of gold, a statue of gold, if you will, and evaporates. And he tells Hellboy, "You either choose humanity or magical beings must die." Abe vividly shares his feeling we knew before she dies. That made me cry almost when she died. Liz melts the crown apart because Hellboy looks at it like so much power. Is like, If you say she burns and destroys, I'm like, well, maybe she would have destroyed it at first. No, I'm just kidding. That's just nitpicking. Huh. Sorry. Anyway, Hellboy, Liz, Abe, and John resign from the BRD. They give him he tells Jeffrey Chambers just to stick it up his ass nearly. He's like, "What are you gonna do? You can't just quit." And they're like, we're gonna go retire now." He's like, but Hellboy keeps Big Babe with him, if you want to call it that, whatever. He's like, "I'm taking this." Liz corrects him. He says, "We gotta get a house, a full place for the babies and for the baby." She's like, "Babies." So he's like, "What? Babies?" And you find out, and she's like, Liz is like, "Two, they're having twins." And Hellboy's like, and then he ends up with his face smiling there, and then the end credits roll, and then that's the end of the Barry Melon, so I can't smile at you. And that's the end of Hellboy 2, The Golden Army. So, yeah, awesome sequel. I'll read some quotes really quick. Let's see. Next time I'll make sure to have this on the phone. "Hey, I think we're going to lose the garbage truck. Send out the wrong signal. I challenge President for the right command of the army. Don't worry, I'm not going to kill him, maybe, but I am going to kick his ass. I hate when people stare at me. It makes me feel like a freak. You had no right, Red. I'll stay with you. You're the best man I know." You would do the exact same for Liz? Okay. Yeah. What are you, Demon? What are you waiting for? This is what you wasn't one, isn't it? Look at it. Last episode's kind of like you and I. If you destroy it, the world would never see it kind again. It's kind again. You're more in common with us than with them. You could be a king. If you cannot command them, you must obey them. I return from exactly what was to wage war, reclaim our land, our birthright. And for that, I will call upon the help of all people, and they will answer the good, the bad, and the worst. I'm not gonna read every quote, guys, because I'm just too tired to do that. But anyway, let me give my final opinion on this movie and how much is going on me real quick. But again, I love the sequel. This is my favorite Hellboy movie because I like the story. First of all, I think the story is really good. I do enjoy the story about the Golden Army. I think it's very interesting. I do like that Hellboy and Liz are in a relationship. They do have good chemistry. I do buy them being in love. I like Abe Zabin. I even like the new character, even though I think he's kind of John Cross is kind of annoying at first, but then he grows on me throughout the movie. Prince Nabu is definitely a better villain. Yeah, Yeah. But I like the fact that Hellboy wants to seem like he wants to be important, like and he it matters what he does to save people and help people, but realizes at the end of the day that what really matters is Liz and having babies with her and that she's the most important thing ever to him. He realizes that by the end. And Hellboy does have a good heart. He could be rule. He could take over the world, but because he was taught by John Hurt, the doctor who died in the beginning, the first movie, taught him right from wrong. Gave Hellboy his good heart. Reason Hellboy has a good heart. President Blue, I get his reasoning. He just wants to take over the world. It seems like he's just a villain that won't stop. Villains don't ever quit. Come on, but he's a good villain. He's got good motives, and he's a good villain. He's a main threat to Hellboy. I mean, he nearly kills Hellboy a couple times in the movie, so he is a major threat in the first movies. The first movie had that knife guy, but the main villains themselves were lame in the first movie. Yeah, but I do like the CGI. There's some practical effects here. I like the way the monsters look. The monsters look good, especially the Angel of Death. It's really good makeup, in my opinion. Really good makeup, good CGI, good practical effects in there too, especially for 2008, which we don't get a lot nowadays. I bet the new Hellboy movies is all crappy. For me, it looks like crappy CGI. Like nobody working on it. Cinematography is nice. I love the way it looks. The film looks great, and the editing is good too. The action scenes are well shot. The action is really well shot, in my opinion. The music over Dan completely memorable. It is good, but I do love "Can't Smile Without You." That makes me think of Starsky and Hutch. The opening of that movie with I'm talking about with Ben Stiller and Owen Wilson, and makes me think of this movie. And yeah, it's 120 minutes, like 2 hours. It doesn't even feel. It's just plain 2 hours, and it goes by at a really good pace. It's got a good story. It's entertaining. Yeah, it's action packed from beginning to end. I agree. It is, and it's a very entertaining sequel. I think it has a better story than the first movie. The first movie's still good, good action and stuff. But I like the characters in here. The cast is good. I like seeing Abe fall in love. That was nice. And when she died at the end, Nula died at the end. That was very sad. I can't say anything right. But really good makeup, good special effects and makeup. Luke Goss does a really good job. You know, in a way, I kind of felt sorry when he died, but it's hard to feel sorry for him though. He wanted to take over the world. I guess he thought he was meant to do that. Maybe he could have changed, but chose not to. But still, good villains, and I saw some heart in the movie there. Good movie, entertaining, a lot of good action. The action is really good. It's very action packed. It's fun. It's not boring at all. Ron Perlman is Hellboy. Christopher Reeve is Superman. Michael Keaton is Batman. To me, Ron Perlman is Hellboy. He's the perfect guy to play Hellboy, in my opinion. Doing anybody else, it just won't work. It'll just be a shitty movie. That's why we got two shitty movies. One that came out 2019, one that came out this year. We don't need them. I haven't seen them yet. I know they're gonna suck. Hellboy only works with Guillermo del Toro directing and Ron Perlman in the role. Without them, you ain't got nothing. Won't be a good Hellboy movie. And I like the cast as well. I really wish we got a third movie and a fourth movie. That would have been awesome. It's a shame. This film did make money, but again, I say the reason it didn't probably get a sequel because it wasn't a huge hit. It made money. It did make money on the $85 million or estimated of $82 million budget. It did make 168.3 million worldwide. It was successful. Like I said, The Dark Knight came out that year. Dark Knight came out July 18th. A good amount of certain days after The Dark Knight came out after this, and got blown up at the box office. That made money. Heath Ledger, sadly passed away in January, and it was a very anticipated movie to Batman Begins. Batman Begins was a hit as well, and people were looking forward to The Dark Knight. So Dark Knight was a huge deal when it came out. I saw that in theaters. I wish I saw this instead, to be honest, because it's a lot shorter. Though I love Heath Ledger in that movie, this movie I think is better, mainly the hero, because I don't like Batman in The Dark Knight at all. The only thing that villain was like that movie. I call it the Killing Joke. It's more of a Joker movie. But anyway, that's just my personal opinion. But Hellboy 2 and the Golden Army definitely better. It's one of the sequels that is better than the first one in my opinion. My favorite Hellboy movie ever. I would say nearly the best Hellboy movie in my personal opinion. Any problems? Like I said, Cross can be kind of annoying, and Jeffrey Tambor can kind of be a bit of an annoying asshole in this one a little bit. I can't stand when Hellboy just doesn't, with the right hand, just punch the hell out of him. I can stand him. Yeah, yeah. I mean, I don't think you needed the whole thing with John Hurt, in the beginning. Not saying John Hurt was bad. You could have him narrate, but and I'm not saying Hellboy was a kid, but I think you could have done it without the beginning. You could have just told us a story. But I guess they wanted to start with something, you know. But anyway, I don't really have an issue with that. I don't think you just need, I just don't think you needed that beginning of the movie, just in my opinion. Other than that, still a great movie, still a good movie. Yeah, that can be a reason I don't hate it. But when the music score by Danny Elfman is not very memorable. It's good, but I don't remember it too much. It's not memorable as Batman. Even Dick Tracy, I remember the score to that, or Dark Man. You know, even Annalise Hope. I hate to say it, this is a lot better than Annalise Hope, but the beginning opening score is very memorable in that movie than the opening here. Yeah, so not big on Danny Elfman's score. It is better than his Spider-Man score. Well, I'm not big on his Spider-Man score, but his Spider-Man score for Spider-Man 2 are more memorable than the score here. It's still good though, but it does seem like Danny Elfman has always had a problem of copying and pasting his music a little bit. I don't say that anymore. He sometimes even been in an interview. I think in the Frighteners interview, said that can't help but to copy a little bit. I guess so. But anyway, despite that, still a great sequel. Still love it regardless. My rating for Hellboy 2: The Golden Army, my rating for this film was 5 out of 5 stars and a thumbs up. So guys, tell me in the comments below, what do you think of Hellboy 2: The Golden Army? Have you seen it? Um, what do you think of it in your opinion? Do you like it more than the first movie? And do you think he'll? Do you agree with me that Ron Perlman is great as Hellboy? And what do you think of the other two movies if you've seen them from 2019 and The Crooked Man that came out this year? I haven't seen them yet, so but I'm not looking forward to it. But I'm still gonna give those reviews. Hellboy, of course, 2019. I'm gonna read that one. 2010 era, 2020 era. I'm gonna 2020 eras of superhero reviews. I'll call it that, I guess. I'll get to Hellboy the Crooked Man, but it'll be a while before I get to those anyway. But Hellboy 2: The Golden Army, great sequel, definitely recommend it. All right, and again, once again, my rating for the film is 5 out of 5 stars and a thumbs up. Tell me guys in the comments down below what do you think of this movie in your opinion, and stay tuned. I'm done here. I'm done with the video. I'm done. For my next superhero review, we got three more 2008 movies to go, guys. Next is a Marvel animated feature film that will be Next Avengers: Heroes of Tomorrow, right here. Yeah. You'll see. I'm gonna put it on the community post. It'll probably look better on there. But yeah, next to Heroes Avengers of Tomorrow. I'm not gonna. Can you see it, barely? Well, let's see. It's gotta be on here. This movie. Yeah. Next Avengers Heroes of Tomorrow. This will be my next 2008 review, superhero review. So stay tuned for that, guys. Tell me what you think about Hellboy 1, 2 on me. The Hellboy 2, the Golden Army down below. And stay tuned for next Avengers Heroes of Tomorrow. That will be next. My next superhero review. So stay tuned for that. Thanks for watching, guys. Like, comment, subscribe, and I'll see you later. Have a good night, good morning, wherever you're at. Thanks for watching. Bye bye. Bye. Sorry. Never mind. Bye bye. Well, have a good one.